We need to have a very honest conversation about something most men are completely blind to. We are going to talk about the physical gateway to intimacy and why, for most of you, that gateway is currently a brick wall. Today's topic is your hug is friend zoning you, but more importantly, we are going to discuss the specific masculine embrace that shifts a woman's perception of you from just a friend to a man she deeply, viscerally desires. Have you ever wondered why a woman can spend 5 hours talking to you, sharing her deepest secrets, laughing at every one of your jokes, and then at the very end of the night she hugs you, and in that 1 second you feel the door slam shut? You feel it, don't you? That cold, clinical distance, that friendship wall rising up like a fortress. Most men think they are being rejected because of their looks or their status or their height. But the truth is much more visceral. You are being rejected because of your energy, specifically the energy you communicate when you touch her. You are hugging her like a man who is asking for permission to exist in her space. And there is nothing, absolutely nothing, that kills a woman's desire faster than a man who is afraid of his own masculinity. We need to understand the psychological architecture of a hug. Attraction is not a choice. It is a biological reaction to perceived strength. When a woman moves toward you for a hug, she isn't just saying hello or goodbye. Her body is performing a high-speed audit of your nervous system. She is looking for a place to rest. She is looking for a man who is so grounded in himself that his presence acts as an anchor for her own chaotic emotions. But what do you give her? You give her the A-frame. You keep your hips back. You keep your heart hidden. You wrap your arms around her with the tension of a man who thinks he's doing something wrong. If you feel like your desire for her is a wrong or creepy thing, she will feel that shame through your skin. She will feel your hesitation. And her biology will immediately label you as unsafe for intimacy, not because you are a threat, but because you are too weak to hold the space. Let's deconstruct the friend zone hug. It's fast. It's light. It has mogling. It's the hug of a man who is terrified of being seen as a sexual being. You think you are being a nice guy. You think you are being respectful. But in reality, you are being dishonest. You want her, but you are pretending you don't. And women have a sixth sense for that kind of incongruence. We don't want nice. We want integrated. We want a man who can be kind, yes, but who also possesses the raw masculine power to claim what he desires. Let's talk about the integrated hug. It starts before you even move. It starts with your breath. Most of you are breathing from your chest, shallow, anxious breaths. I want you to breathe into your belly. Feel the weight of your body in your chair or on the floor. Become heavy, become unmovable. When you step toward her, you do not reach, you receive, you open your space, you move with the slow, deliberate pace of a man who knows he is the prize. And when your arms finally meet her, you don't just touch her, you envelop her. Your hands should be firm, not squeezing but solid, one hand on the small of her back, the bridge between her heart and her sexuality. The other hand on her upper back, providing the protection she didn't know she was looking for. In that moment, you must be completely present. If your mind is racing, if you are wondering, does she like this? Or can I kiss her now? You have already lost the connection. You must be the silence in the middle of a storm. You must hold her for exactly 1 second longer than is polite. That extra second, that is where the friendship dies, and the tension is born. That is where she realizes that you aren't just another guy to talk to. You are a man who can handle her. Over the next several parts of this discussion, we are going to dive deeper into the psychology of physical escalating. We are going to talk about the release, how the way you let go of a woman determines whether she spends the night thinking about you or forgets you before she reaches her car. We are going to dismantle the lies you've been told about politeness and replace them with the truth about attraction, because you cannot think your way into her heart. You have to feel your way there. Now, we must address the most critical moment of the entire interaction. It is not the embrace itself, it is the release. Most men, when they feel the intensity of a real masculine hug, they panic. You feel her heart beating against your chest. You feel the softness of her body. And because you haven't done the inner work to feel worthy of that intimacy, you pull away. You break the connection too soon. You literally run away from the tension because it's too heavy for you to carry. And in that moment of retreat, you lose her, you see The way you release a woman tells her everything she needs to know about your future together. If you pull away nervously, checking her face for a reaction, you are telling her you are a child seeking validation. But if you release her with a slow, controlled grace, you are telling her you are a man who is comfortable with power. This is what I call the lingering exit. When the hug is coming to an end, do not just drop your arms. Let your hands slide slowly down her arms. Maintain that physical contact for just a fraction of a second longer than necessary. It should feel like a slow motion departure. You are giving her back her space, but you are leaving the heat of your touch behind on her skin. And then there is the eye contact. When you pull back, do not look at the floor. Do not look away to hide your desire. Look directly into her eyes. Silence in this moment is your greatest ally. Most of you try to fill the silence with a joke or a, well, that was nice. You are killing the magic. The silence is where the sexual tension lies. By staying silent and holding her gaze after the hug, you are forcing her to sit in the feeling of you. You are making her acknowledge that something has changed. You are moving from the safety of friendship into the dangerous, beautiful territory of attraction. We have to understand the neurochemistry here. When you hold a woman with that specific masculine firmness and release her with that slow, deliberate intent, you are triggering the release of oxytocin and dopamine. But more than that, you are challenging her. A woman wants to be met. She wants to see if you have the stomach for the tension you've just created. If you look away, you've blinked. You've lost the game of who can handle the truth of this moment. But if you stay, if you look at her with a calm, heavy gaze, you will see her breath hitch. You will see her pupils dilate. You are no longer the nice guy. You are the man who can hold her world. In the next part, we are going to talk about contextual calibration, because the way you hug a woman you've just met is very different from the way you hug a woman on a third date. We are going to discuss the pivot, how to move from this seductive release into the conversation or into the kiss. Because once you have opened this door, you cannot go back to being just a friend. Now, we must discuss calibration, because power without control is just aggression, and intimacy without awareness is just clumsiness. Most men fail here because they try to use a formula. They think, if I hold her for 4 seconds, she will love me. Life doesn't work in formulas. It works in resonance. You have to be able to read the frequency of the woman standing in front of you. There are 3 distinct levels of the masculine hug, and if you use level 3 on a woman who is only ready for level 1, you aren't being seductive, you are being intrusive. You are breaking the trust before it's even built. Level 1 is the acknowledgement. This is for the woman you've just met or the first time you see her on a date. It is brief, but it is solid. You do not reach for her. You open your arms and you allow her to enter your space. Your hands land on her upper back, the area of protection. You give her a firm 1 second squeeze, just enough to let her know that your body is made of stone, not water. There is level 2, the deepening. This is for the end of the date or when the conversation has turned toward the personal. This is where the lingering exit we talked about earlier becomes your primary tool. In level 2, your hand moves lower, not to her hips, never move too fast, but to the mid-back. You are pulling her center of gravity toward yours. You are testing the waters. If she melts, if her head finds the crook of your neck, you stay there. You become the anchor. And then there is level 3, the claim. This is the hug that turns her on. This is the hug that ends the friend zone forever. In this hug, there is no space between your hips. You're breathing synchronized. Your hands are heavy on her back, molding her to you. But here is the secret most men miss. Level 3 is not about doing something to her. It is about allowing her to feel your desire without apology. If you are hugging her and you are trying to hide your attraction, she will feel that lie. She will feel that split in your energy. You must be a whole man in that moment. You must be comfortable with the fact that you want her. When you are comfortable with your desire, she feels safe to explore hers. Now, how do you know which level to use? You look at her feet, you look at her shoulders. Is she leaning in? Are her shoulders dropped and relaxed? Or are they up near her ears? If she is tense, you stay at level 1. You remain the safe mountain. You do not push. You simply are. But if she is looking at your mouth, if she is lingering in your space, then you have a responsibility. It is a masculine responsibility to lead the interaction. Most women are waiting for you to have the courage to break the politeness barrier. They are waiting for you to be the one to say, with your body, I see you. And I want you, in the next part, we are going to talk about the pivot, how to move from that level 3 hug directly into the first kiss, into a conversation that is so charged with electricity that the air feels heavy, because the hug is the invitation, but the pivot is the arrival. Now we have reached the threshold. You have executed the hug, you have grounded your energy, you have released her with that slow lingering slide of the hands, and now you are standing in the silence. Most men, at this exact moment, lose the nerve. The silence feels like a void and they are terrified of falling into it. So they fill it. They start talking, they ask a question, they make a joke about the weather or the music. They take all that beautiful raw electricity you just built and they ground it, they kill it. Do not speak. This is the pivot. The pivot isn't a movement of the feet, it's a movement of the soul. When you pull back from that level 3 hug, you stay in her intimate zone, about 12 inches from her face. Your hands have slid down her arms and now they are resting lightly, almost imperceptibly on her wrists or just above her elbows. Look at her eyes. Then let your gaze drift slowly down to her lips, then back to her eyes. This is a triangular gaze. You are telling her exactly what you are thinking without saying a single word. You are inviting her to acknowledge the tension. If she stays there, if she doesn't take a step back, she is giving you the quiet yes. She is waiting for you to cross the line. Remember, a woman rarely wants to be the one to break the seal of friendship. She wants you to be the one with the strength to do it. She wants to feel like your desire for her was so strong it forced you to act. But what if you aren't sure? What if the silence feels too heavy? Then you use a micro statement. You don't ask a question. You never ask, can I kiss you? That is asking for a map. A leader doesn't ask for a map. He knows where he's going. You lean in just an inch closer and you say her name, just her name, or you say, you have no idea how much trouble you are. It's a challenge, it's playful, but it's loaded with sexual intent. It tells her that you see her as a woman, a dangerous, beautiful woman, not just a friend or a date. We are coming to the end of this particular journey. But the truth is, this is only the beginning. You cannot learn to be a man of depth and presence in a single afternoon. It is a practice. It is an unlearning of all the niceness that has been forced upon you. You must go out and practice being uncomfortably present. Practice holding the gaze, practice being the one who doesn't pull away first, because the world doesn't need more nice guys. The world and the women in it need men who are real, men who are integrated, men who can hold a woman's heart and her body with the same steady, unshakable hands. If you are ready to stop living on the surface, if you are ready to dismantle the barriers that are keeping you in the friend zone, then you need to take the next step. I have prepared a guide for you. A roadmap through the psychology of attraction that we couldn't possibly cover here. Click the link below to join my private community and download the Masculine Presence Masterclass. It's time to stop asking for permission and start claiming the life and the intimacy you were built for. I'll see you on the other side. We are at the end of our time together today, but we are at the beginning of a transformation for you. Everything we have discussed, the grounding of your feet, the weight of your hands on her mid, back, the deliberate, agonizingly slow release, and the silence of the pivot, all of it serves one singular purpose. It is to move you out of the realm of performance and into the realm of being. Masculinity isn't a performance. It is a state of relaxation. It is the ability to stand in the presence of a beautiful, powerful woman and not feel the need to shrink. It is the ability to want her deeply, sexually, emotionally, and not feel even a shred of shame for that desire when you go out into the world. I don't want you to try to hug her properly. I want you to decide that you are the man she has been waiting for. Realize that the friend zone isn't a place she puts you. It is a place you put yourself when you refuse to show her who you truly are. If this conversation resonated with you, if you found value in these truths, then please like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps ensure that this message reaches the men who need to hear it most. Thank you for watching. Stop hugging like a boy who is afraid to be seen. Start holding her like a man who knows he is home.